there, welcome to another episode with Ask Wumi and Fiona. Today, as always, we have a very interesting question that we want to answer with you, and I'm really looking forward to it. Time with you is always awesome. How are you
Same
feeling?
here, girl. So this question is something that is so special to a whole lot of people.
Yes.
And I'm super excited that we answer it to our own best knowledge.
Yes.
So let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
So this question is from Tomini. Tomini have a little concern because she's 38 years old and then she's financially stable, no husband, no boyfriend. And then the only worry she has right now is the fact that when she's ready, maybe when the guy comes, she might not be able to conceive. So what can she do? She wants to have her home baby, irrespective of the process, but she wants to have her home baby. So when the time comes.
Yes. So I think this is a very sensitive topic once again.
I don't know why we kept on getting sensitive questions.
I guess because you don't have a lot of answers on Google for that. So yes, another sensitive question that has come in, and I will say to you, Tomini, that you're not alone in feeling like this. There are a lot of people that are in the very same situation that you're in.
Yeah.
And I would recommend that you take some time to not panic. And it's easier said than done when you tell people, do not panic. Especially because I feel like in this part of the world, in Africa, we've had so many miraculous stories of people having babies way past their menopause. And it's spiritual, but at the same time, I'm just saying that, there's so many examples that we can use for you to feel hopeful that, this is not the end of it. But I want us to tackle this the practical way. So I'm going to pass on this question to Wumi for now, and then I will round up.
Why do you pass it on to me? So here's
But let's hear. I love the fact that you always approach questions in a very practical manner, and I like the discussion that we had prior to filming this. So I want us to start with the practical aspect. Is that okay?
Go, yeah, I'm good with it. I like to be practical, and then being realistic for me is more important to me. So here's the thing: you're 38, girl. If the guy is not coming, there's a way you can actually freeze your head. Why can't you freeze it? Keep it. When the time comes, you get a spam. There's a spam back. I'm kind of direct. I know, it sounds too direct. So if the guy doesn't come and you don't want to be second wife, you don't want to be another man's wife. Is it the right word?
Let's see.
Another woman's husband.
Yes, of
course. So if you don't
want, she shouldn't.
It's of course you shouldn't. And if you strongly believe that you don't want to be, you have many options. Thank God for technology.
Yes.
Right. Go freeze your egg. Whenever you are mentally, physically, emotionally ready, is it that you get a spam from the spam back? Or you just say, go, yeah, why are you laughing? Like, what? Like everybody deserves to have their home baby, right?
Agree.
Some people adopt, some people do surrogacy, some people do IVF, different way.
Yes.
Technology has already helped. Thank God for our doctors. God has really used them. There's a lot of research things, new things coming up every now and then.
Yes.
Make use of it.
Okay, I like the practical aspect of it. Like you said, you touched on the fact that, science has advanced drastically.
Absolutely.
Drastically. But I know that whilst you're giving a very practical approach, some people are thinking, what if I can't afford it?
Yeah, affordability, you asked me, we push this question, girl, don't push it back to me. We push this question that she is all right in terms of
yes, exactly,
dollars, right? Exactly. So that is why I answered that question that way. So if she can afford it, okay.
What if you're watching this and you can't afford it? Honestly, you're 38, right? And you're thinking clockwise. For most people, it's around 45. So I will take it to somebody who feels like, okay, I can't use that approach. It might be because you simply don't even believe in it and you feel like, I want to have it naturally. I would say that I always usually tell people that as hurtful as it might sound, as much as we don't want to hear some of these things, usually we are the creator of our own reality.
Absolutely.
And sometimes whatever has happened, it might not even be your fault. Sometimes it's genetic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might have a genetic expression that was passed down through your family, that maybe people in your home don't marry early. There's usually patterns that sometimes people come from families where
I
you
kind
have
of
this kind of
believe,
thing.
my belief is that if you feel that there's a generic pattern, you
Yes.
believe it, that's why it will happen to you.
Exactly.
Because you believe it, you've already programmed your mind that, okay, this is
how
in my generation, and that is how it's going to be. So you've already believing actually is a whole lot. If you believe that will happen to you, so definitely it will happen. So there's a lot of power. This our word, our thinking, our thoughts carry a whole lot of power. The more you can think about it, the more you can process it, it can happen to you. That is it. I'm a living witness to it.
Oh, wow.
This is not a joke, but we're not here to talk about
No. Of course, we'd definitely love to hear of your experience. You know, that's how people learn, and that's how they
we're
relate.
not going to talk about me today. Not my experience, not me, okay. Show.
Okay. So I would also say that to add to what she said is acknowledging. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging. There's a difference between acknowledging that there's a pattern that's going on in your generation, and then it's another thing accepting it,
right?
Like she said, you know, a lot of us have noticed patterns where you notice your mom went through certain things or your father did certain things, and you start seeing that the same thing is happening to you. So the moment you start seeing that pattern, you have to tell yourself that no, this stops with me. Okay, this stops with me.
And are you saying no, that stop with me? You have to be real to yourself. You have to be really say it intentionally. You have to just, oh, it's not going to happen to me. Okay, they said this will happen. No, it's not going to happen to me. No, it's not by that. You have to let it come from the bottom of your heart that, hey, me to me, it will never happen to me. And that you walk towards it.
Exactly.
Did I cut you off? Sorry.
No. You're good. And it's in that process of you putting your foot down. When you're being intentional about an emotion and you're saying, I don't want it, it's that fight in you. Your actions will now reflect on how exactly is this not going to repeat itself, right? So some people, it's spiritual. They'll either go into fasting on prayer, but some people are also approaching it just practically, repeating over and over again, whether it's in their thoughts, whether it's in what they say. This happened to my parents. This happened in my generation. It's not going to happen to me in this very season. I'm going to walk towards being with the person that I'm supposed to be with, because most of the things that we are is actually energy, right? So if you're operating on a frequency of feeling like, you know what, something is off, something is wrong, you spend a lot more time worrying about what is not, rather than focusing on what it is that you want to call forth. So I'll ask you, Tomini, how much time are you spending worrying? And how much time are you being deliberate about calling forth what you want?
And I guess what, when you worry, scare you from solution, that's it. Because you've already project your mind that like this thing might not happen. And I guess what, any solution that you provide to yourself, so far that you're worried about it, sometimes you don't get the result.
You don't even see it. You don't see it, or the result will not even see you, because you're operating on completely different frequencies.
And another thing that I found, that a lot of people seek different people for advice. And that the people that we seek for advice, some of them are actually never passed through this process. And that their own advice will be definitely different based on their own understanding. Not that we've experienced it. I have two amazing girls and they should have two amazing kids as well. But the point is that what I'm talking about, what we're talking about based on what we've studied and then over the period of time, we've done our research before we come on stage too.
Yes.
So I actually said that we want to even utter one word, right?
Yes, because it's very sensitive.
But it is very sensitive. So going back to what I said earlier, you have option. Let me tell you one thing, everything you want is within you. You have full control. You have the power to change your situation. And if you feel that is a huge situation, you're the one that feel that way. Millions of people are going through it. Must you go through it? You don't have to. The solution is ahead of you. Number one option that we offered, you can freeze your egg whenever you're ready, you go get it. And you can use surrogacy.
Right, surrogacy, definitely.
And the third one,
you definitely have to change your way of thinking. I would actually even advise that you try that before you try any practical methods. Most of the time we've gotten ahead of ourselves and we've been so afraid of the worst case scenario, but that hasn't even happened. And we've fed our fear so much to the extent that we've made it our reality, you know? So I would start with thinking about the fact that take an archive of what are you thinking about every day? What am I wishing for every day? What do I visualize? You know, Tomini, I want you to try and see yourself with your kids running around, with your husband. I want you to see your wedding. You know, if it means writing it down somewhere or drawing it somewhere, do a vision board. So you're seeing it all the time. It's in your face. That's going to elevate the frequency within which you're working on, with the things that you're hoping for, you're praying for. And, you know, you might be surprised. I'm actually looking forward to you sending us a message that says, you know what, I followed your advice and I didn't even need to do anything. I didn't need to spend a lot of money to even get what I wanted. And we're really, really hoping for the best for her.
Girl, let me touch base on that vision board you talked about. Some of us, we have vision board and then we have what if. What if this doesn't happen? So I understand that people can have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan Z. Your plan B must ensure that plan A works. That's how I calculate it.
I love it.
So your plan C may ensure that plan B works so that you can achieve plan A. That is how it is. You have to be positive. You have to be positive. It happens to other people doesn't mean that it has to happen to you. Guess what? I always say it and I always say it all over again. We are different. You are unique. We have some people at 20, they've been trying to conceive till 40, nothing happened. And then we have some people at 40, guess what? It happens. There's a whole lot of things going on. You are different. You should know that. When you have your vision board, just see yourself in it. Be planning towards it. Your plan B should ensure that plan A works. It's not that, what if plan A doesn't work? I'm going to deviate from here and I'm good to go. So then I feel that you're not ready to achieve exactly what you want. So far you can process it. You can achieve it. Either negative or positive. I know that you want the positive results. Everything is within you. Everything is within your power. And I don't know what you believe. I'm a believer of Jesus Christ. I believe in second coming. And I believe that whatever you pray for, genuinely, you get it.
Exactly. I think that's perfect, you know. Think about it. Imagine it. Feel the emotion as if, I think just enter into your even season of celebration, because that's what faith is. Even if it hasn't come into manifestation, you step into that place where you're living as though you're preparing for a husband, you're preparing for your children, you're preparing for this new season. You can even put a time frame to it, you know, and a lot of people, I know that there's so many people who can't afford some of these things, and they've just used that being in a place of prayer, because even when we're praying so hard, it's the reason why we tend to see results is because your emotions are just so desperate in that moment. They're so intentional, but sometimes we're praying, but you still have doubt.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you.
So you might be feeling like, guys, I've tried all this, you know. I'll just say, check your emotion. Was there doubt at any one point? And I think you might find a solution there.
And then sometimes it's good to have doubt, but you should just recognize it that no, that one you will not happen. We have subconscious mind and then we have the conscious mind. So you have to ensure that you have control over your subconscious mind. Whatever you feed it, that is what it will get. It's just being reactive to what your conscious mind gives to it.
Exactly.
That's it. It's straightforward. Girl, I'm sure you're fine. You don't have to worry.
Yes.
We'll see you next time on Hacks with me and Fiona. Bye for now, girl. We did it.
Bye.